Hello, I'm Simon from Simon Simple English, and today we're going to talk about the part 1 questions for the IELTS speaking. Now, as you probably know, if you're facing the IELTS, there are many different topics that they can throw at you, and we can't know which topics are going to come up. But what you can become familiar with is the types of questions that they're going to ask. So today, I'm going to look at 6 different types of questions they ask for part 1 and give you some ideas on what they're asking and also how you could tackle the answer. So without further ado, let's get started. So one question they often ask is, do you like, and then a verb. So do you like running or do you like baking? So here they're asking you to give your preference, but try to paraphrase in your answer. So try not to just say, I like this, I like that. So you could say things like, I love, or I'm keen on running, baking. I'm a big fan of. I'm fond of. My other video on ways to say I like will give you some more ideas about how you can do this. Next question is, how often do you verb? So how often do you run? How often do you swim? How often do you bake? And this is talking about how regularly you do something. So this is your opportunity to show off your language regarding how often or how regularly you do something. So again, don't say, if they ask you how often do you go running, don't just say I often go running or I don't often go running. Show off your language. Show the examiner what you can do, what you can say. So you could say I do it once in a while, or I go a few times a week, or if you don't go at all, it could be once in a blue moon. Or I go swimming or running on a regular basis. So that's another very popular part 1 question which they ask you. Right, so the next question we're going to discuss is, did you verb as a child? So it could be any verb. So did you run as a child? Did you sing as a child? Did you play football as a child? So here they're asking about your past habits. So this is an opportunity for you to show off that you can speak in the past tenses. So don't just say yes or no, because that's not going to impress the examiner. Try to use different language. Try to show off what you can do. So you could say, I used to play when I was growing up, or I used to sing when I was growing up. I started, playing the piano when I was a child. I started piano lessons when I was 3. I would play at the weekend. I used to love playing football in my childhood. So those are some ideas on how we could talk about our past habits. There are many more. If you think of some, write them in the comments below. Let me know what you come up with. The next question we're going to discuss, quite often they will ask about a skill. So if they're asking questions about singing or drawing or writing or something like this, they might often ask, are you good at it? So, are you good at it? Are you good at singing? Are you good at writing? Are you good at drawing? Recently, they've had a lot of questions about baking. So, are you good at baking? What would you say to this if they asked you this? So, this is you talking about ability. So, your ability to do something. So, don't just say, yes, I'm good, or no, I'm not good. That's boring, isn't it? You want to show off your language. So you could say something like, I have a knack for baking. I have a knack for drawing. So to have a knack for means you're pretty good. I'm quite gifted at it. I'm quite gifted at singing, believe it or not. I can hold my own. I can hold my own at drawing. So that's idiomatic language, and it also means I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm not too shabby. I'm not too shabby at baking. Right, the next question that we're going to discuss is quite popular in part 1 questions, is where they ask is, and then they'll say a noun, popular in your country. Is reading popular in your country? Or are cakes popular in your country? Is shopping popular in your country? So this is asking you to give an opinion. So they're asking what you think, really. I mean, obviously you don't know all the people in your country. So again, try to show off your language. So try to say, I think people are keen on reading books in my country. Or I think people are quite into films in where I live. So people are quite into films where I live. Maybe give an example, just to extend your answer a little bit, and show off your language and show off your vocabulary. So the last question type we're going to discuss is, do you verb more now than you did as a child? So do you bake more now than you did as a child? Or do you run more now than you did as a child? This is inviting you to talk about the past again and talk about the present and to compare and contrast. So let's take running. So if they say, do you run more now than you did as a child? What answer would you give? I'd probably say something like this. To be honest, I used to run all the time when I was growing up. Whether I was playing sports or playing games outside with my friends, or just running for the sheer pleasure of it. These days, I don't run hardly at all. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I could, even if I wanted to. So there we have it. Those are 6 different part 1 IELTS speaking question types. Why is it good for you to be familiar with the question types? Firstly, it's going to make you feel a lot less nervous, because yes, they can change the topic that they will ask you, but if you know what types of questions are likely to come up and you practice answering those on many different topics, it's going to make you more flexible. and then you won't get scared, you won't get nervous, and you're very used to answering these types of questions. So that's the end of my video. I hope you found it useful. Please let me know in the comments below what you think and what answers you come up with. Please don't forget to like my video and also subscribe to my channel, and more videos will follow soon. Very nice to see you. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.